Yeah, my last video, I definitely started mixing up season 5 and 6 just because of the way they started. Like, the season will start off one way and go off into the other, right? Because we started season 5 in Terminus, they end up in Alexandria. And now we're in Alexandria, and then it ends up to my favorite part of the series, Negan. But Negan is season 7, so low-key we're also not going to talk about that because I probably can chatter about Negan for a minute. I'm in the middle of that season now, and I remember why I loved him, but that's not what we're talking about here. We are talking about season 6 while they're in Alexandria. The walls fall because, like I said before, like they just weren't ready for the realness of what was outside, and to kill Carl, Rick and him like falling for Shotty, like I don't remember her name. She had like the 2 kids. They weren't ready for it. She tried. Her sense was soft, and that's why they died. Shout out to Michonne for taking out the Ellis son because he didn't know what was up. Like that was just the reality. Yeah, your little brother was soft. He wasn't ready for the world, and that's okay. That is okay. But we're trying to like live out here, and everybody was petty. But anyway, Deanna dies. She gets bit by a walker. She dies. I thought she was going to shoot herself. She used all the bullets on the walkers and then ended up turning. Womp, womp, womp. I also love that, like, Morgan has, like, basically just been around. I love that, you know, he was on his crazy shit. What was that, season 3? Right? Like he was just like, I can't deal with this anymore. And then your boy was like, oh, Zen yoga style at, you know, trying to be at some kind of peace. And then like where him and Carol like really clashed this season on their ideologies, because Morgan was like, all life is precious, and Carol was like, I'm trying to survive. So if you are on this fuck shit, you're trying to kill me, I'm going to kill you. And Morgan was just more like, no, like we don't have to. I don't know about you. Were you with that? How would you have the same ideology in this kind of world? I think that I try to like live with that ideology like in real life, but I think, you know, if we were in this type of world, like The Walking Dead and what they've gone through, and I know that Morgan has seen some things, so I still don't even know what made him like kind of really choose that route. I think that's why he isolated himself from the beginning. But I don't know. I fucks with the way Carol moved and how she became, even though I think mentally she really just can't deal with the killing of humans anymore. But I was definitely Team Carol in this ideology moment. Wasn't fucking with what Morgan was trying to do in his whole like peace situation. Because if you're coming to attack me, I'm taking you out. Plain and simple. I'm not going to de-escalate the situation with like real like non-deathly moves. Nah, we're coming for the jugular out here, okay? This is where we're introduced to the saviors. Like I said, we got teased with Negan. We're introduced to the saviors. What is it? Daryl, Sasha, and Abraham. Took them out, and okay, we were like, all right, who are those people? But whatever, we were focusing on what we were focusing on, like getting back to the group, getting back to the community. But I loved all the like Easter eggs that Negan was coming, like he was the next big bad. We know that we meet Gregory in the Hilltop community. They meet homie named Jesus with the long hair, and they go try to make exchanges. They realize there are other communities out there that are trading and bartering with each other. I thought like that was really cool. However, like Negan was essentially a bully. I don't want to like continue to go down that road and speak about season 7 just yet. But yes, there are people who, you know, they're bartering and trading like what they have, which I think that that's cool to do in this post society, right? They realized that they didn't have much to trade with and now that they are running Alexandria, they realized that they didn't have too much to offer to Hilltop. They needed more, right? And so they decided, all right, like we are fighters. You're afraid of this savior group. We got you. We'll take out the leader, no problem. No problem. But for the violence and the danger that we have to endure, we won't have your shit. Crazy work, but I love the negotiation. the negotiation tactics. Because, I mean, I also feel like it's true. We're putting our lives at risk. Like, we won't have. You're already giving them half and they're threatening to kill you. We don't want to do any of that. We'll take them out and we can peacefully trade, but I want half. So they agree, Hilltop. Now we're like, we're gonna go take out the Negan and the Saviors. So they go, they do that, they have their plan, they're all like militant going out here, and they take everybody out, and then they realize the Saviors is a big group. I think it's one of the biggest groups that they went up against, especially a violent group. They've met other groups, but they were small. They were very smaller community, like a small community of people, and not everyone was war ready. Not everybody like had guns on them. Not everybody's ready for war in those other groups that they met. But the Saviors were a big group, and they were all like ready to rob, kill, and murder, like all of the things. So of course, freaking the gang tried to take out Negan's group, not realizing how big they were. And of course, now we gotta see Negan, like Easter eggs all throughout. We meet Negan. The end of Rick's group's reign, because they have been essentially the, what's the word that I'm looking for? Essentially a dominant, more violent group than most, like, that they met. They were ready, they were with the shits. They had a militant style where a lot of people didn't. And they essentially, you know, went up against, they were humbled. They were humbled by meeting the Saviors and Negan's group, because that was a larger group. They were all ready to go. It was on sight with that group. They weren't ready. They thought that they could handle it and just take it out, and it was going to be easy, and now we can trade and barter. And now you made a new enemy, and Negan needed it to be known. He needed to know, like, who was the alpha here and who was going to run the show. He kills somebody with his, you know, the famous Lucille, that's her name, right? The bat with the barbed wire. It's another moment where your girl was up super early because I needed to know who died, who did he kill, and boy, did they make us wait a while when we get into season 1. But whatever, we needed to know. It left me on edge. It left me on edge the first time. And imagine what you have to wait, like a whole year for a new season. What? Those times, crazy work. This is why I like to binge, right? Because I can, like, but wow. I remember needing to know, like, who died, because, like, there was blood slaughtered all over, like, Rick's face, and so you're like, who was to the left of Rick, right? Was it to his left? Whatever. Who was to the left? Who was next to Rick? Trying to figure out the lineup. It was a whole thing, and I went through all of those emotions again. I just didn't have to wait months to figure it out who it was. I just had to wait till the following morning. I had to sleep this time. That was an awesome cliffhanger. I loved it so much. What were your favorite parts? I definitely think that Rick was super humbled at realizing that there was a stronger group out there, because he was very, very cocky and talking to the Hilltop people, and humbled very, very, very quick. Let me know what your favorite part is. It does continue to escalate. They are struggling to survive right now, and they are trying to collaborate in some season 7 spoilers, but yeah, they're struggling to survive, and now, like, they need to make collaborations with the other groups, but those groups are also putting themselves on the line, and a lot of them already fear Negan in his group, so I think, like, that's a little hard to do. But I'm in the middle of season 7 now. Let me know what your favorite parts of season 6 was of The Walking Dead. And again, who was your favorite antagonist of the series? I only get as far, I believe, as like season 8 the last time. So hands down right now, mine is Negan, because I fell off. It kind of got boring for me post Negan, but let's see this time. All right, let me know in the comments. Thanks, bye.